a legend is back.
A title changes hands.
And someone gets chokeslammed off an ambulance. Hello, Happy New Year. Welcome to a 3-hour SmackDown extravaganza and to Wrestle MSX. I'm Michael.
And I'm Sally.
We begin with The Miz still complaining that he should have been the one to tap out John Cena. He then complains about a few other things, lists his accolades, claims he's the locker room leader, and is then interrupted by the returning legend killer himself. Fresh from his Christmas break that started in September, Randall Keith Orton. Miz soon changes his tune, claiming they're the locker room leaders and could be Miz KO. Well, an RKO soon puts that notion to bed, with Orton then picking the Miz up, wishing him a Happy New Year and RKOing him again.
Backstage, Nia Jax and Lash Legend tell the Kabuki Warriors that when they help them win tonight, they'll owe them a title shot. Asuka says when they defeat Sky and Ripley on Monday, then anytime.
We also see Randy Orton greet Cody Rhodes and tell him that he's coming for the title after he's done with Drew McIntyre. Orton then heads off with Nick Aldis appearing. He tells Cody they'll be sorting out the 3 stages of hell later and reminds him he can't touch McIntyre, otherwise he'll lose his title.
So, first up, Io Sky, Rhea Ripley, Charlotte Flair and Alexa Bliss versus the Kabuki Warriors, Nia Jax and Lash Legend in an 8-woman tag match. Flair picks up a 2 on Jax after a natural selection and moonsault, with Jax returning the favour with a 2 after a leg drop. Sky then somehow kicked out of a cover by Legend after Legend caught her with a pump kick as Sky flew through the air.
She really caught it. Everyone then gets involved with Bliss, Sister Abigail and Asuka, Ripley riptiding Sane, and then Sky moonsaulting a prone Sane and covering her for the 1, 2, 3.
We see Nick Aldis speaking to Jordan Grace when Chelsea Green barges in. He introduces her to Jordan and then threatens to strip Green of her title as she complains.
As per usual. We hear from Kit Wilson next, and he calls the Buffalo Bills, who are in the crowd, toxic, with him then being interrupted by Zack Ryder / Matt Cardona. The pair face off in our next match and exchange 2 count covers, with Wilson picking up his after a tourniquet. Cardona, much to my surprise, then picked up the win after a Rough Rider. I personally thought that Wilson was going to pick this one up. I mean, it's kind of like a soft reset on him.
Yeah.
But he's lost already. I mean, he did fight back, but how long's Ryder going to be around for? I mean, yeah, odd choice letting him lose that one.
Kathy Kelly asks Damian Priest what it's going to take to finish the feud with Black. Priest says it'll end tonight and that Black will fade to black.
Nice. We have a vignette from the Wyatts next, with Uncle Howdy threatening to chop down Solo's family tree from the root, and then they will be the ones.
Sami Zayn heads out next and talks about a conversation he's had with his son. He says his son asked him how many times he's won the World Championship, with Sami of course replying 0. Zayn then says he's coming for the championship, but is then interrupted by Trick Williams. Williams introduces himself to Zayn and then throws his hat in the ring for the World Championship as well. Zayn replies that he can't just cut the line and that he's seen it all before, saying he needs to teach him a thing or two about being humble before exiting the ring.
No, I've never seen Trick Williams.
No?
But what I did see, I was impressed with his promo and his mic skills. Not seen his wrestling yet, but so far, so good. He did come out with all his nicknames, because obviously people like myself and yourself, maybe even you at home, don't know who he is.
Yeah.
But he had a few already. Backstage, Dragunov asks Hayes if he's going to keep the open challenge going for the United States title, with Hayes saying he will, and that the two can run it back when Dragunov is ready. Hayes then sees The Miz and thanks him for finally leaving him alone, as he's been better ever since.
We also see Nick Aldis telling Trick Williams that maybe he does need to be humbled, and then puts him in a match next week against Rey Fenix.
Next up, Carmelo Hayes versus Johnny Gargano. Rhea alongside, of course, for the United States Championship. Hayes looks like he's claimed victory with a frog splash, but only picks up a 2, with Gargano fighting back with a pair of 2-count covers of his own. One more 2-count comes after an air raid crash, but Hayes finishes it off with the first 48, nothing but net, and cover for the victory. It was a good match, by the way. Actually, I kind of get bored with watching Gargano, but when he was one-on-one, it was more entertaining. It was weird, but yeah, good match all round.
In the locker room, we see Shinsuke, Nakamura and Tama Tonga exchange words before Solo appears asking if everything's okay. Tama replies it is, with Solo then informing Tama that next week it'll be 4-4 against the Wyatt 6.
Which we said how they're going to do it, and I think Solo's missing out, which is kind of, well, why? Yeah. He's the main guy.
Exactly.
It needs to be him and Howdy.
Howdy then being in, it's weird.
Yeah. Aleister Black says that after tonight, Priest will never be the same again, with Kathy Kelly then asking Jade Cargill if she intended to injure Michin at a live event, with Cargill replying, yes. Jordan Grace then passes and wants to look at her options before signing for SmackDown. Cargill tells her this is her show and suggests she signs elsewhere.
We then see Rhodes and Zayn exchange a few friendly words before Rhodes heads to the ring. He says it's his mentality that's the key to his success and can't wait for his match against Drew. We then see Drew on the Titantron where he reveals the 3 stages of hell. The first will be a straight wrestling match.
Boring.
The second will be a falls count anywhere. And the third, an old school steel cage. Drew then shows a photograph of Cody and his dad that he got from Cody's bus before smashing it on the floor. This, of course, infuriates Rhodes, who goes running to the bus. This was all a ruse, as McIntyre then appears in the ring where he sets the picture alight. This is all to goad Rhodes, with Rhodes having to be held back by security.
Giulia takes on Chelsea Green next for the United States Championship. James with Giulia and Fire, of course, with Green. Giulia is straight out the gate and dominates most of the match. Green does land a Rough Rider from nowhere and does get the cover for 3, but the referee's not looking as Kiana James is distracting him from the apron. Giulia comes back though, hits a Northern Lights bomb and covers Green for the 1, 2, 3 and becomes the new United States champion. Let's see if she does a little more with it this time than just being Kiana James's side woman.
Yeah. Kathy Kelly asks Sky and Ripley how they feel about their win earlier, with Sky saying they'll be tag champs. We then see Flair and Bliss saying they got next at the women's tag titles.
In the back we see Axiom telling Johnny Gargano he's off to see Nick Aldis about a match, presumably for his mask, before we have our last match. Aleister Black with Zelina Vega versus Damian Priest in an ambulance match. Black attacks Priest before the bell, with the fight then heading outside and up towards the ambulance. Priest uses the stretcher in the back before we head back to the ring.
Black then ends up over the announcer's desk, but comes back with chair shots. Back in the ring, Priest hurricanranas Black from the top rope, but Black no sells. Hits Black Mass and then loads Priest onto the stretcher that Vega brought down to the ring. The pair then fight at the top of the rampway, with Black telling Zelina to open the ambulance doors.
She does, but someone's inside. Rhea Ripley. Ripley chases Vega down to the ring, catches her and then riptides her, taking her out the equation. Back up the rampway, Black almost gets Priest in the ambulance, but the Punisher fights back using a crutch and fire extinguisher. Priest then fireballs Black and throws him into the side of the ambulance.
Priest then raises Edge's Black into the window screen before the pair get on the roof, and Priest chokeslams Black onto a table.
Now, if you've ever seen the WWE Championship match at Armageddon 2000 when Undertaker chokeslams / pushes Rikishi off the top of the cage, then you know how this chokeslam went.
Priest then gets down, throws Black into the back of the ambulance and picks up the win. SmackDown goes off the air with the Punisher celebrating.
Of course he does. Now this was an extended SmackDown. There was a lot of stuff going on, tons of backstage.
Yeah, a lot more.
Like obviously the extra matches, more talking, and that first hour there was like an advert every like 10 minutes. It was ridiculous. Oh, it was ridiculous. There was just no need for it. If you do get a chance to watch the Armageddon 2000 WWE Championship, go and watch it. It's got some of the best stars in at that time.
Oh God, yeah.
As I say, if you think about, I mean, he didn't have Shawn Michaels because he wasn't back at that time. But he probably was, probably injured. But you think now, if you had just Punk, Rhodes, Orton, Seth, Reigns, maybe Lesnar,
Yeah.
like the top guys, that's the kind of
vibe
level
Yeah.
it was. But you don't get them all together. It's like, just, that's what we want. Just put them all together. Stop messing about. Anyway, enough of me
reminiscing.
Nice save. Now for my moment of the night. This could be a match, a line, a look, a promo, something funny, interesting, serious, quirky, and or different, just something that catches my eye. Obviously it has to wait till the end, because if I do it halfway through and it's something that happens at the end, it's kind of a spoiler. So Michael's moment of the night. Sometimes good, sometimes shite. So hang around and wait and see as to whether you disagree. The 8-women tag match was good. I did like Carmelo Hayes' line to Miz saying, ever since you've left me alone, I've got better. But I think it has to be the ambulance match. It was just good to see an anything goes match that's different, as in it's not a cage or it's not a triple threat. And it just anything can happen. Rhea was a nice touch in the back of the ambulance to take out Vega. The way it was going with Black telling Vega to open the doors, I thought someone's in there, but I just never thought of Ripley at all. But yeah, all in all, not a bad match.
Yeah. Agree or have any other thoughts or views that you'd like to share with us, then please feel free to leave them in the comment section down below. Don't forget to go check out our Musings video with our thoughts and opinions on the last week of WWE, as a new one drops every Wednesday. And
they are quite interesting. I am fully in on Austin Theory being a Seth guy.
Yeah.
100% it's in.
Yeah.
Anyway, Happy New Year. Thank you for watching.
And we'll see you Tuesday for Raw.